Cardiovascular disease is the leading cause of morbidity and mortality in economically developed parts of the world. Statistically, men are reported to have higher cardiovascular disease risk than women. However, women may be more at risk, but symptoms in women show later in age. In this presentation, we will look at some factors that may protect women against cardiovascular diseases early on in their lives. We will also look at the role of epigenetics. Let's look at some statistics from CDC, which show that 1 in every 4 men was reported to have suffered from cardiovascular diseases in 2017, whereas for women it was 1 in every 5 women. However, this is not that significant of a difference. Cardiovascular disease incidence is lower in premenopausal women due to the potential effects of estrogen. They are also protected due to higher levels of subcutaneous adiposity and lower levels of visceral adiposity. However, post-menopause, they experience a decrease in ovarian function, increase in weight and percentage body fat, increasing chances of cardiovascular disease. Estrogen provides protection against cardiovascular disease in women. Estrogens are represented by estradiol, which is an endogenous steroid. Estradiol's effect is brought about by estrogen receptors in vascular endothelial cells, smooth muscle cells, and cardiomyocytes. Estrogen affects gene expression of these cells. Estradiol affects arterial pressure and promotes vasodilation by increasing production of nitric oxide. A decrease in nitric oxide would increase vascular resistance and narrowing of blood vessels, contributing to atherosclerosis and hypertension. Estradiol also increases vasodilator mediators such as bradykinin and decreases vasoconstrictor mediators by activating potassium channels and modulating the renin-angiotensin-aldosterone system. Estradiol also reduces homocysteine levels and plasminogen activator inhibitor 1, reducing hypertension, ischemia, reperfusion, and apoptosis. In addition, estradiol increases the hepatic production of apoprotein A, therefore increasing the production of HDL, an anti-atherogenic lipid profile. Progression of cardiovascular disease is also affected by fat distribution in men and women. Women are meant to be pear-shaped and men apple-shaped. That is, women have more subcutaneous fat and men have more visceral fat. This body fat distribution, as measured by waist-to-hip ratio, predicts risk of cardiovascular disease. Women seem to have lower cardiovascular disease due to a more favorable fat distribution. Men have more visceral fat, and visceral adipose tissue produces higher levels of interleukins, vascular endothelial growth factor, and plasminogen activator inhibitor 1, which are contributory factors in cardiovascular disease. Epigenetic dysregulation has been associated with several cardiovascular pathologies and cardiovascular aging. DNA methylation is impacted by environmental factors and plays a key role in the genetic regulation of genes necessary for cardiac homeostasis. RNA methylation can be subject to epigenetic modification and is necessary for maintenance of cardiac homeostasis as well, via a mechanism driven by a protein responsible for RNA methylation. Some of the risk factors of cardiovascular disease that impact epigenetics are diabetes, overweight and obesity, unhealthy diet, smoking, physical inactivity, excessive alcohol use. It can be seen that about 46% of US adults are estimated to have hypertension, and only 1 in 5 adults meet the physical activity guidelines. Smoking is also a risk factor of cardiovascular disease, and it can be seen that in 2016, number of smokers was 1 in 6 males and 1 in 7 females. The reason to show these statistics is to show that risk factors like smoking, physical inactivity, hypertension, along with others that affect our epigenetics, can be changed through lifestyle changes, thus reducing the risk of cardiovascular disease. Though statistics show that more men suffer from cardiovascular disease than women, cardiovascular disease risk increases in both men and women with age, but shows more prominently in women older than 50. Women develop cardiovascular disease 10 to 15 years later in life than men and have an increased risk after menopause. It is also a possibility that women's health is misrepresented and not reported due to gender biases, thus the differential in statistics. Overall, it is important to note that even if men are predisposed to cardiovascular disease, early on in life, the risk factors contributing to the disease could be mitigated through lifestyle changes and hence modifying epigenetics.